This is one of the better events that happens in Charleston. It's really why this place is a cool place that it is. I want to introduce our very first keynote speakers. This is a person that can teach you not only how to dance like Mick Jagger, she's actually worked with Mick Jagger and Drake and the Red Hot Chili Peppers and a great many other people. Tarra has helped people to figure out how to take their limited time that they have and reduce it into a really productive way. She's going to talk to us today about the time secrets of rock stars. She is a licensed lifestyle accountability. She's a lifestyle manager. She's a time management coach. She works with a lot of tech startups. She's going to tell you how you can maximize what little time you have in your day and really rock it out. So without further ado, let me introduce to you Tarra Stubbins. You guys give it up for Tarra.
All right, everyone, I want you to stand up. Come on, stand up, stand up, stand up. Oh. Are we doing this? No. Come on. All right, guys, thanks so much. Sit down. Woo! Great job for 9 a.m. Okay, I have a great question for all of you. Was anyone watching, and can anyone vote on the best dancer in this room? Who was it? Who was it? I don't have a prize for you, but I can give you the title of Best Dancer of Dig South for the entire conference. So well done. What's your name? Hey? Penny. Everyone give Henny a round of applause. That was awesome. Good job. So growing up, I always thought, wouldn't it be cool to be a rock star? Anyone else have that dream? No, I'm the only one. Got a couple. I actually remember I had a t-shirt that said, remember me, I'm gonna be a star. And I wore that shirt everywhere. I wore it every day. I think it disintegrated. I wish I still had it today. I guess I could go out and get one made, but that's not the same. Anyway, the problem is for me, being a star was being a rock star. And I have very little musical talent. As you could just see, can't dance, can't sing, can kind of play the guitar, but no one really wants to hear that either. So I kind of kicked those dreams to the curb, and I was, 5, 6, 7 years old. And I was like, well, damn, I guess I'm not going to be a rock star. I'm not going to be a star at all. But for some reason, and I wish I knew why, I tell this story a lot and people ask why, and I'm like, I don't know why. But for some reason, I held on to 0.001% of my dream. And I put it in my back pocket and I walked around with it every day. I didn't forget it. Sometimes I forgot about it. Sometimes I forgot about it for months. Sometimes I forgot about it for years. But every time that I was at a crossroads in my life, I remembered it. Remember me, I'm going to be a star. And I never became that rock star. I'm definitely not up on the big stages singing and dancing, but I got to support some of the biggest rock stars in the world. As Earl mentioned, I worked with Mick Jagger for 8 years. I'm Canadian, so I've helped Drake. Everyone in Canada has helped Drake at some point in the other. And I actually got to be a sponge. I loved what I did. I've always said I've been put on this planet to help others succeed. And I got to be a sponge and see and experience how these people, these incredibly famous and successful people, became a success and maintained their success. The Rolling Stones have been famous for like 175 years, maybe, give or take. And it's crazy to see the exact things that they do on a day-to-day basis. And how did they become a success? Why are we not all the big rock stars? Is it because we don't have musical talent? Did we not win the lottery in life? And Drake, okay, don't tell him I said this because I don't want to get fired, but why is he famous? Like, is he really that good? Eek, don't tell him, please, I said that. But like, really, is he? I don't know. I feel like there's other people who are pretty much more talented than him. So why him? Back in 2006, one of the crazy rock star requests that I got to do was every time this rock star that I supported traveled, he wanted his toothbrush sanitized in a hotel dishwasher. You heard me right. His toothbrush needed to go into a hotel dishwasher. And it was a long time ago, so it was way before all these like fancy phone sanitizer things and everything we have now. And I was standing in a hotel kitchen in Shanghai, very fancy hotel. And I was trying to communicate that I had to put this toothbrush in a dishwasher. I didn't speak their language. They didn't speak English. It was getting very awkward very quickly. And I remember standing there with the toothbrush in my hand, thinking, there's got to be more to life than this. Anyone else have those moments where you're like, what the heck am I doing? But I loved helping people. I wanted to help way more than just one crazy rock star at a time. So I came off the road and I opened up my first business in 2007. I didn't know what I was doing. I was a dirty roadie. I had no idea what I was doing, no business background at all. I could put toothbrushes in dishwashers. So I Googled it. Isn't that what we all do when we don't know what to do? We Google it. Now, back in 2007, there was no ChatGPT or AI. Google was like a thing, but not really. And Google always told me to hustle. I didn't know what hustle was. Like, what is hustle? The rock stars that I was supporting, I guess they hustled. They worked really hard, but I couldn't actually figure out the definition of hustle. You can Google anything. You can Google how to become a celebrity. And I actually find this quite hilarious. I giggle at this every time. So to be a celebrity, Google says, all you have to do is set the stage, practice, go out and meet other celebrities. Like, it's so easy, right? Why aren't we all celebrities? Why aren't we all successful if we can't just hustle? You can also Google time management. A lot of what Google says, even now, even with ChatGPT, time block, Einstein method, Pomodoro timer, you get all the same things. It's crazy. But what I found with being beside these really successful people for so many years was that they all did two things. Did you know that the average person spends up to 4 years of their life looking at their phone? Isn't that crazy? 4 years. I feel like I've spent 4 years like now already looking at my phone. This one's wild too. 7 years of your life trying to fall asleep and 26 years of your life sleeping. That's crazy. That's a lot of time in bed. No wonder there's so many new mattress companies out there. Okay, so we have slept for 26 years. We've tried to fall asleep for 7 years. We've looked at our phone for 4 years. We're now all old people. There's not a lot of time to do anything else, is there? How do we hustle? How do we become a celebrity? How do we become the celebrity of our own life? We only have like, I don't know, 30 years left. And that doesn't include eating or showering or anything like that. One of the crazy requests that I had when I was traveling with the Rolling Stones was from Mick Jagger. It's one of my favorite requests. He always wanted, every time we went to a hotel, he wanted the hotel to be painted a very specific shade of beige. Now, I'm gonna hold and see what the age demographic in this audience is. Does anyone want to give me the joke when I say he wanted his room painted beige? Any Rolling Stones fans out here? But did anyone hear that? Is that instead of painting it black, I always tell this story and I always have some very smart person in the audience yell out to me, why didn't he want to paint it black? For those of you who don't know, the Rolling Stones have a song called Painted Black. Anyway, Mick Jagger wanted his hotel room painted a very specific shade of beige every single city we went to. I remember being in a very fancy hotel in what was then Mumbai. And Jagger was staying in one of the presidential suites. And he wanted the gold leaf wallpaper in the hotel to be taken down and for us to paint it this very ugly shade of beige. So what did we do? We took that sucker down and we painted the hotel room a very ugly shade of beige. He stayed in it for a few nights, he left, we put the wallpaper back up and we carried on to the next city. And just like why, I don't know why I held on to my dream a little bit of becoming a star. I don't know why Jagger wanted to do this. I learned a very long time ago with working with celebrities that you don't ask them why. They do some illegal shit. You just don't want to know that. You don't want to be a part of it. So I didn't ask why, but spending a lot of my life with rock stars, I can figure out that, take an educated guess, that it was because of comfort and habit. Successful people build habits. See it all the time with rock stars, famous CEOs, politicians, athletes. Again, I'm Canadian, so I'm going to use a hockey reference. I used to work with a famous hockey player who would put his left skate on and then wait exactly 3 minutes and put his right skate on. People call it superstitions. I like to call it habits. Jagger painted his hotel room beige because it was comfort to him. Well, he didn't paint it, we did. Because it was comfort for him. We spent over 300 days a year sometimes in tour buses, hotel rooms. He needed to feel comfortable. He needed to control something. So he could then walk into the hotel room, meditate, do whatever else he wanted to do in there, and come out and perform the best show on earth for all of us. Did you know that there are over 236 habit-forming apps in the App Store? That's a lot of people telling us to form habits. There's books. One of my favorite books is Atomic Habits. It's an amazing book. There's keynote speeches. There's YouTube videos. There's a lot of people telling us to build habits. There's not one device out there, one app that will actually do the habit for us. Successful people are the only ones that can actually just do the habit. And that's what sets them apart. Can anyone tell me their definition of time management? Anyone want to share? This is my definition, but is there anyone who wants to share their definition of time management? Don't be late. I love it. Yes. Love it. Scheduling the things I have to do so I have time to do the things I want to do. Love it. Anyone else? Prioritizing tasks, another great one. Yeah. Even if you're empathetic, doing the things that are important to you, not others. Very, very important. Anyone else? Someone in the audience always yells out, getting to inbox 0, which I find very weird. Never. Anyone have inbox 0 up here? Really? How long does it last? Minutes, right? It's a great few minutes. For me, time management is about filling your days with meaningful moments so that you can create the life that you want to live. What habits are you forming today so you can create that success, be a success, be the rock star of your own life? Now, people always argue with me and say, well, is time management about then living in the future and not living in the present? And that's not the case. Time management helps you celebrate, helps you be in the moment. I'm not naive. I know we're all adults here. We have to do some stuff we just don't want to do, right? Pay bills. That sucks. Clean. That also sucks. Get stuck in traffic sometimes. Did you know that an average human spends up to 4 weeks stuck at a red light? It's also crazy. So how many habits are you building today so you can live the life and have the best time management that you can? All right, show of hands. Who here multitasks? Lots of multitaskers. Who here is a master of multitasking? Woo! Okay. Who here is tired all the time? Is it because we're multitasking? Okay, so I'm here to tell you that there is no such thing as multitasking. The human brain can only think of one thing at a time. So you may be thinking that you're multitasking, but you're actually context switching really, really quickly. Sometimes not quickly. It can take the human brain up to 3 seconds sometimes to fully rethink of what you were thinking about before. No wonder we're all tired. We're all like scrolling and watching TV at the same time, answering emails and eating. We're exhausted. Stop multitasking. All right, out of these 3 people who I've had the privilege of working with, Sandra Bullock, Drake, and Beyonce, which one of them answers, them and their team, let's be honest, they all have teams, answer every single DM and fan outreach, every single letter, DM, social media, which one? Yes. Number 1, Sandra Bullock. Any other guesses? Number 3, Beyonce. Nobody. Who did I hear that from? That's right. None of them. It's impossible. It's impossible like getting to inbox 0. No, it's not. We're going to argue about this later. Fight off stage. Answering DMs from fans, yeah, it's important. Fans are what makes them famous. But is it really the best use of their time and their staff's time? Should they be building better habits to become a success? Anyone here heard of the Hollywood math equation? It's actually really cool, and it's thrown around a lot at like backstage of a lot of Hollywood events and like on set, even in the sports world. And it's 20% plus 20% plus 20% plus 80% doesn't equal 100%. So like, what does that mean? Of course it doesn't. But if I focus 20% of my time here and 20% of my time here and 20% of my time here and 80% of my time over here, am I really getting anything done? I think we're all business builders in this room here, right? We're all entrepreneurs. We get stuck in that shiny thing syndrome. We go over here for a little bit, and then we go here for a little bit, and then we go over here a little bit. We are not focusing. Athletes, celebrities, what do? They focus. They're training for the Olympics, the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup. They are focusing 100% of their energy on their goal, on building their habits. I, not knowing it, was focusing my energy with that little bit of my goal in the back of my pocket. And I kind of became a star. I became a star backstage. I got to be able to help propel these really cool people to become the success that they were. So I'm here to tell you today that if you really, really, really want to be a success, all you have to do is you have to focus, and you just got to build habits. It really is that simple. It's crazy to think how simple it is. And people always tell me, like, hey, Tarra, I can't get motivated. I'm waiting for that lightning to strike. Or anyone like come and hear some talks like this, or come to a really cool conference and you're like super motivated, and then you go home and 2 days later, you're back in your old routines and habits. Or you read a book and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do the thing. And then you don't. You have to create your own motivation. You have to build your own habits. No one's going to do it for you. Time management is about filling your days with meaningful moments so that you can create the life that you want to live. It's about creating those habits. It's about staying focused on your goals. I got to do it. I never even realized that I was going to spend a lot of my life in private jets, backstage at these incredible concerts, being on red carpets. That's me behind Paula Abdul, looking kind of creepy like a stalker fan. I was actually worried about one guy like about to tackle her. But anyway, I got to do it, and everyone else can do it too. There's nothing stopping us. I want to share before I leave one of my absolute favorite quotes of all time. Anyone here have a goal and share it with their family? And their family goes, ugh, why are you even trying? That's a stupid goal. Or that's going to be really hard. Your goal is your goal. You're the only one who can make it come to reality. You're the only one that can build the habits that can do it. Drake, Mick Jagger, they didn't Google how to become a celebrity or how to become successful. I guess when they started, Google wasn't a thing. But anyway, they don't Google it now. They didn't, I don't know, become friends with other celebrities so they could be a celebrity too, or whatever Google tells you to do. They had a vision, they had a goal, and they stuck to it. They're the hardest working people I know. So if anyone ever tells you to not go for your dreams and that your dreams are silly, remember that there's a millionaire, probably a billionaire out there right now who invented the pool noodle. That's it. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you. What'd you guys